and gave him to be home for Christmas, and they understood the urgency when we came back here. It was a Tuesday of our work week, so we've had 2 good days in pads, and we come up tomorrow and polish things up and be ready to try. We still believe our best game is out there, and that's our goal for Wednesday afternoon.
How's it feel for you to be back here?
There's definitely some memories. We stay, not just in terms of staying downtown, being at the same bowl site, but then seeing some of the guys last night. A couple of the guys that I coach that are on their staff. That's one of the neatest things in coaching is when you see guys you coach, sort of grow into the profession and do things like that. So it's been a fun experience.
What stands out about Jacoby Brissett when you're trying to coach against him?
I don't remember going against someone that is as versatile in terms of his ability to hurt you in so many ways. He's a hard guy to tackle. He can extend plays. He can scramble the run, scramble the throw. So there's a lot of things in terms of the stress he puts on your defense. And then he's an older guy, just like our guy. So he's seen everything. He's been everywhere. You're not gonna shock him with a look that he hasn't seen.
Is there anybody you can?
Does that help?
Say again. I'm sorry.
Practicing against Dak.
Oh yeah, practicing against Dak helps for no matter what, because even like today out there. I mean, there's some times you got him covered and he still completes it in there. So it's really challenged our pass defense, which I feel like over the course of the year has improved. And I think what we do in practice is a big part of that.
Is there anybody you can compare Brissett to?
I don't know if anybody we've played this year, but certainly when you see, how many sacks that he has gotten them out of. I mean, I'm talking about dead runners at the quarterback, and they just bounce off of them. It's easy almost to kind of get into like the Byron Leftwich type comparisons, but he is a challenge and he is a hard man to get on the ground.
How do things change for Will Coleman and Jonathan Calvin this week, with Ryan Brown being out?
Well, they, their role, because Ryan was really limited basically through the month of November, so their role in practice really increased during that time. But I think anytime a guy understands that he's first out, we know everybody plays, especially on the defensive line, but when you're the first guy, there's definitely a heightened sense of urgency. You understand that it's your time and it's arrived. So I think for both those guys, they've made enough good plays during the course of the year where they have confidence and they know that they can go out there and perform. But now you've got to do it as a starter.
Kind of same question with Zach Jackson now. What about JT Cray? What have you seen from him these last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think you're going to see more of JT and see more of Gary Green, both those guys who, again, have been, doing more and more as the year goes on. I think we like what they both provide. NC State challenges you in so many different ways formationally. So there's kind of you sort of have a tool for every occasion, and I think that's where we've got some good versatility in our linebacking crew.
I know you didn't coach JT last year, but when you got here, he had played as a freshman. Could you tell in that first spring that he had some reps under his belt?
Yeah, he played a little bit that year, mainly in kicking game. But what stood out with JT was that he did everything full speed, even in our off-season workouts. He was a guy that was highly competitive, tried to win everything he did, and I think just that's what he's been able to translate in the field and take some meaningful snaps early on in his career.
You've been around quite a few quarterbacks, and you talked about Phillip Rivers. What separates Dak from those guys? What does he do that puts him up in those standards?
I think first, the toughness that he brings. Because we always say that the offense takes on the personality of is quarterback. And when you have a guy like Dak and all the things that people don't see, I mean, you see it on the field, but the things you don't see in terms of the way he works in the weight room, the way he works in off-season workouts, it's very rare to have a guy like that. There's hard-working quarterbacks, but there's very rare to have a guy like that that's got that mentality and he attacks everything that we do. And it really sets a tone for everybody else to fall in line. Because it's kind of hard to put your ego out there in front of, when your best player is a hard-working player on your team, everybody else kind of has to fall into place. So I think that, I think that of all of his wonderful traits, I think stands out to me.
What do you think his potential is at the next level?
There's always a million gurus that try to dissect NFL quarterbacks, but I know the guy's a winner. I know he's really, really improved as a passer, and I know he's tough. And the world always needs tough people to lead football teams. So I'm rooting like crazy for him to find a spot. I think a lot of times it's finding the spot in the system where it fits and where somebody's willing to make it work.